My name is Vincent Rosa Chavez. I'm a producer here at Black Label Music. I'm also an artist under the name of Vinny Franco. I play with my band, The Love Channel. If you want to hear more of our music and learn more about what we do, please follow us on Instagram at Vinny Franco or at The Love Channel Music. Without further ado, we have Ken here today to talk to. Say hey, Ken.
How you doing?
Ken is Black Label's founder. Starting the company in 2015, he began an artist-forward approach to building a catalog for sync music. Sync, for those of you who do not know, is short for synchronization. He has composed music for sync for almost 25 years. This has resulted in his ability to understand a client's wants and needs and the wisdom to know the difference. His musical palette is reflected in a diverse range of genres in which he has written and produced music. Award-winning ad music, indie film music, children's musicals, Ken has done it all. These days, he finds himself in the role of executive producer at Black Label Music. How are you feeling, Ken?
Feeling pretty good.
Well, you look good, too.
Thank you.
So without further ado, we're going to jump into some questions. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So what does a typical inquiry look like from a client?
Typical inquiry is usually a script, shooting boards, maybe a rough cut, maybe a final cut. But typically it's some concept that needs music in media. And so our job in sync is to find the best match. And the process of synchronizing the music and the visuals is very full of opinions and many cooks in that kitchen. So it's our job to navigate through all the cooks and through the kitchen, metaphorically speaking. Yes,
We're chefs.
Yes.
Of music. Who is a typical client and what do they do?
Because Black Label's origins are in advertising, 95% of our clients are advertisers or marketers, and so we're trying to wedge our way into dramatic and other types of other genres of production, but that's our bread and butter, advertising. So I love working on dramatic, but on the flip side, advertising comes with its challenges, shall we say? Because when you're doing dramatic, it's like you're telling a story, and your job is to help service the story.
Yeah.
When you're in advertising, there's a story, but there's also the product, the demographic, and it's a kind of 3D chess compared to 2D chess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but yeah, that's the majority of our clients are in advertising, and that's our specialty.
Okay. So that kind of answers the next question a little bit, but what kinds of projects do we typically get?
Well, I can break that down into, there's catalog searches and there's bespoke projects, and there's the in-between zone, which is, the custom catalog, we like to call it. So we have a catalog of a few thousand tracks, and they're all carefully cataloged and metadated, and hard drives with stems available, and we can access it from anywhere. And so for a search, we basically receive the brief, we digest it, we sometimes talk as a group, and we deliver them the best results from our catalog that we can. Sometimes we deliver them exactly what they asked for. Sometimes we deliver them some challenges, and we say, how about this instead?
Yeah.
Because they like it. I mean, they usually always love to be challenged, but not too far.
Yeah.
Just enough challenge. But anyway, that's the bespoke project, on the other hand, is typically a client who knows that they want a tune written for them. We love working on bespoke projects, and that comes with its own set of challenges, which is the competition. Often we're up against two other music companies, or maybe we get lucky and they just hire us only, which is fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much the two categories of music projects: are the catalog search, the bespoke project where we're writing everything from the ground up. Then there's the third, the kind of in-between zone, where someone says, well, we like this track, but can you make it do this? Or can you edit it better to picture? Maybe it's it has an edit twist in the video, even if it's a 60-second commercial. Sometimes, it has enough breathing room to actually get more into the edit of the music. So,
Yeah.
And, customizing the music as well. So
That makes sense.
all right.
So what do we need from the client to make sure that we understand what they're looking for and we understand the project and how we can make it sound as good as possible?
Well, in the written form, we need the brief, which is typically a couple of paragraphs about what the project's about. In that brief will often be a script and shooting boards, which are like animations of the shot lists. And sometimes there's an edit. Maybe it's a work in progress. Maybe it's a finished edit. But more than that, we need samples to refer to. And so we end up sending each other, they'll start by sending a few reference tracks, and we look them up on YouTube. And we sometimes send ideas back in YouTube form. So, that's how you talk in music. You just use references, and but not for copying. That's just for inspiration. So perhaps we use one to inspire us to write music, and we write in the style of that, but never copy it. And often they want a track that sounds like another track, and so we go through our catalog. We find the closest vibe to that. So that's typically that's the bare necessities of the brief. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
yeah.